I have 2 chairs. And these chairs, in order to do flight operations, these chairs must be occupied. So I don't want to have to call the captain and tell him we can't do flight ops. So again, any volunteers that might want to sit in the chair here, go for it. Come on up here, sir. Is there another one, guys? Someone else? Whatever you want. You the next one? Okay.
I want to be in the boss seat, though.
I just have to call the captain, and we don't want to do that. Okay, so this is PriFly, Primary Flight Control. Think of it like your local airport traffic control tower, because that's pretty much the same job we have here. On the other side of the harbor, in fact, is San Diego Airport. And right here we have Midway Airport, right? On my left, we have this young man seated in this chair. He has a title, and his title is what? We call him the boss, the air boss, okay? Your title is the air boss, and you have a rather awesome responsibility, sir, because you are responsible for all the airplanes on the flight deck, plus all the airplanes on the hangar deck, plus any airplane that's flying within 5 miles of the ship up to 2,500 feet. You'll be working about 18 hours a day, 7 days a week. Piece of cake, right? Nothing to it. But you'll have help, because in the right-hand seat, we have a young man, and he also has a title, and what do we call him?
Mini.
The Mini Boss. That's exactly right. And that's your real title. You actually wear a t-shirt that says Mini Boss on the back of it when you're working on the ship, okay? Typically, a lieutenant commander sits in this chair for about a year in training to become the air boss, okay? We also would have squadron personnel standing back here where you folks are standing for a couple of reasons. First of all, we have some pilots that come up here and just like to observe because they may eventually want to get training to become an air boss, so they want to see how it works. Also, we actually have a rule that says anytime there's an airplane in the air, we have to have squadron personnel standing back here where you folks are. And the reason for that is we may have a pilot up there flying around, and he might call in on the radio and say, I got a red light in my instrument panel. What do I do? Well, you see the black boxes along the edge of the room there? Well, they're empty right now, but they used to be filled with aircraft manuals, okay? So your job, if we get that radio call, you got to look into those manuals and go through the pages and see if you come up with some answers for the pilots, okay? So make sure you listen for that radio call. All right. Now I'm going to put the mic down for a minute because I want to move down this way a little bit. Excuse me if I can just stand right here, sir. I want to show you this status board that we have right here. I'm going to move it just a couple of inches just to show you that it does in fact move. And it kind of swings around like this, right? Normally what happens is we swing this board around about 180 degrees with the air boss, mini boss. If they want to look at it, they just turn around and glance at the board, okay? So we have a sailor that stands behind this board all day, and he keeps updating this information because planes are landing and taking off and refueling and doing all kinds of things. So he's constantly updating this board. So if we have a sailor that stands behind this board and keeps updating it all day, how does he write that information? Backwards. You got it. He's got to write it backwards. Okay? So that's what he does. Now, down on the flight deck, there's an airplane there. There's a docent, a yellow hat like me, who gives a detailed talk on how we launch airplanes off the carrier. Back here, there's another airplane in the center of the flight deck, and there's a docent down there that gives a detailed talk on how we land airplanes on the carrier. Now, those functions occur on the flight deck, but the management of those functions occurs right here in this room. Because, excuse me, sir, our air boss here is totally responsible for all the landings. Our mini boss is totally responsible for all the launches. That's what keeps you guys so busy, okay? All right? Let me take you on to the next station.